Yeah, really excited to be back here. And there's a lot of excitement in the space right now. I think that over Thanksgiving, I was telling all my friends and family to download Coinbase, get on Bitcoin. I'm not saying I'm the reason it's at 17,000, but I feel like I'm doing my part out here. I think going into the new year, I'm really excited about what the what the companies that have done initial coin offerings, what they will be developing and what they will be bringing to market. I think that everyone's really excited about the concept of this fundraising model, but that's not the end of these companies. This is where it starts, and this is where they're going to start to really put their head down, develop a product and bring it to market, or ultimately fail. So really excited to see which companies succeed, which companies fail, and I think the failure is going to be a good thing because I think it's going to help investors be a little wiser, and also a lot of technical talent's going to be coming back into the space. So I think that 2018 is where we start to see some enterprises bring their products out and into the market. I think it's where some consumer-facing applications start to enter the market, and I think that it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. There are going to be some really, really high highs and some excitement. I think there are going to be some really low lows during that period of time. But I think at the end of 2018, we're going to have seen a handful of companies start to emerge. Right now we have a lot of concepts and, again, companies that have fundraised very successfully, but I think we're going to start to see real companies start to emerge by the end of 2018.
And you spoke for a while about the ICOs. It's really booming at the moment. We had an ICO panel here a few weeks ago and packed out, and 40 people walked in the door that hadn't even registered. I think it was 130 all told. So, there really is a lot of excitement about the ICOs. What do you think is going to happen with that? I mean, I think it's a fantastic alternate form of funding and raising investment. I only found out recently that they don't have to be a blockchain company to actually raise an ICO, which didn't sort of make sense initially to me. But anyway, everyone's getting on the bandwagon. What do you think is going to happen around that?
I think that a lot of people, unfortunately, I think that people are making a mistake, and they're thinking that because people are using blockchain technology that they're going to be successful startups. But at the end of the day, 90% of startups that launch and raise seed capital end up failing. So I think a lot of companies are going to end up failing, which is unfortunate for the people that are putting money into these projects. But I think that this fundraising model of raising capital from your future users is here to stay. It's really interesting, and it shifts. If you start to move this back from the seed stage, where I think there's going to be too much noise, too many companies trying to raise this way, and bring it back to Series B and C, you're going to end up turning user acquisition cost into user acquisition revenue by doing a token sale. The other thing that I'm really excited to see is more established companies start to do initial coin offerings opposed to late stage fundraising. I think that companies that I'm already in talks or have talked with, one or two companies that have tens of millions of dollars monthly in revenue, looking to do initial coin offerings instead of, say, a Series B or C or something else. So it's going to be really exciting to see more mature companies use this as a way to access their growth stage revenue.
And what's this going to do to all the VCs?
I think that, so one of the things that we're seeing right now is that companies are raising one of the things that makes an ICO successful is a pre-sale. Right now, companies are raising those with SAFs, and I think that what's going to happen is early stage investing is still going to exist, but I think that people are going to put more time between raising the SAFT and raising the initial coin offering. So I think that a lot of investors that are just capital, they might disappear because you can now get capital from anywhere, but I think that those that are adding strategic value are going to become even more valuable to these startups as they try to go from ideation to initial coin offering in a short period of time.
That's what I was concerned about with the die-off around the VCs, and also obviously all the bad press we had during this year in the Valley about venture capital. So I know what incredible value add a lot of them add to a startup, and it seemed like they're part of the ecosystem really, and I would hate to see them all trash because it's easier to raise money with an ICO.
It is easier to raise money that way, and that's absolutely true. But if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you can't do things because they're easy. I think that there's a lot of value in it's hard to raise capital. You go to VCs, you go to 100 VCs, you get 99 no's and one yes, right? But that one yes could be bringing strategic value that helps with operational and business development and go-to-market strategies. And the other 99 that give you no's, they could have just cause for giving you a no, and you can take that feedback and go and start to build something that's more productive and more investable. So I think that the VCs will still exist. I think that we are going to see more of a premium placed on strategic investors, and those that are just kind of take my money and run kind of investors are going to have a harder time getting into quality deals.